Hi, I'm Martial Arts Master Bill FitzPatrick, welcoming you to lesson number 2 of the Master Real Estate course. You are going to become an expert on real estate and real estate values in a small specific investment area, which we define as an area of 25,000 people. You can do this. And I'm telling you that you can do this in a relatively short period of time. You will have the knowledge to invest, and then you will act. You see, it is it's the implementation of knowledge that actually achieves results. Within this small specific investment area, you're going to be buying and selling properties, eventually ending up with 6 properties that you're going to own free and clear of debt. When you do this, now who else is saying this to you? When you do this, when you accomplish this objective, you will be rich and most certainly in a position, if you choose, to retire. Now, we really talk about this process as taking 20 years, but you can say to yourself, hey, Bill, I'm listening to everything you're saying, doing all the work. I think I can do it in 10. I think I can do it in 5. Well, that's great. So let's get going. When you own your 6 properties free and clear of debt, you will have created a family dynasty of wealth. It's very important now. Take your 20 minutes of quiet time, stop, and imagine this. These 6 properties, free and clear of debt, will become a money machine that will last your life, and then from generation to generation to generation to generation. Hey, could be forever. There are family dynasties where hundreds of years people have owned properties. So what you're doing right now, I want you to never, ever complain about the work that's involved. Yeah, okay, big deal. You'll be working. But think about the results. Think about what you're doing, not only for yourself and your spouse and your children right now, but think about your children's children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. Tenants will be forever paying your children and your grandchildren rent, and on and on and on. And, well, when does this end? Well, as I said, people own properties for hundreds of years, and tenants just keep on paying the rent. After you have determined, which I hope you've already done, your small specific investment area, the next step is to learn that area. Now, it doesn't matter if you've lived in this area for your whole life and you consider yourself, hey, I don't have to do anything, I'm the ultimate townie insider. No. Now you're going to look at this area from a different perspective, from the perspective of a real estate investor, as an owner of properties. Therefore, very important, I do not want you to presume that just because you have lived in this area for years that you can skip lesson 2. I'm your teacher and I'm telling you, you can't. You see, if you were an average person, average people, okay, they're always looking for ways to avoid work and to cut corners. But if you're my student, that's not you. Never forget you are a master of success, and you're going to become a master of real estate. Yeah, you want the work. Bill, tell me what to do. Let me go out and do it. I want to accomplish what you're talking about. Yeah, let me get out in the middle of this. Let me get in the action. What I'm telling you in this lesson and in the coming lessons is the work that is necessary to become an expert on values in your small specific investment area. And not just an expert. I really believe that you're going to be thinking about yourself as the expert. And as the expert, well, you're going to be finding a continual stream of profitable opportunities. Alert and aware. As a thinking person of action, I'm going to ask you to get in your car and start driving. Start driving around your small specific investment area. I want you to drive down every street, every avenue, every highway, every byway, every alley. Did you get that word? Every. Where is real estate? It is everywhere. For your drives, you'll want to take along a map, a notebook, pencil, digital camera, because you're going to be starting a scrapbook with your photos and your notes. Now, I know a lot of you are a little more technically sophisticated, so you could scan your photos into a research base. That's all fine. Get in your car, and you start to drive a section of your small specific investment area. Take your time. This is not a step to be rushed. The more investigating you do, the better, because the more you'll be observing and you'll be learning. At a minimum, you should plan to devote 10 or 20 hours to the work in Lesson 2. Even then, your alertness, your awareness never stops. You should break this drive time down into, let's say, increments or 1-hour segments. After each hour, stop at a coffee shop, maybe in a different coffee shop. Stop, take your stuff out, look, give yourself time to reflect and form opinions. You know, when you get home, or you can look at Google Earth, and that's going to give you a satellite view of your small specific investment area. And you kind of be amazed at the detail from this unique perspective. Every time you drive, every increment, you're moving a little bit along that learning curve. Every time you do this, you're starting to think like a real estate investor. You're studying the landscape. What do you like about certain properties? What do you dislike? What properties would you be proud to own? And what properties, if you own it, you'd be on the phone immediately because you say, hey, I'm embarrassed. I got to do something about this place. As you're driving around, can you identify certain sections where all the homes are single-family houses? Other sections where multifamily, apartments, commercial, industrial properties? What is your opinion of the properties within each of these neighborhoods or each of these areas? Use your digital camera to document what you like, what you dislike. If you see house colors that you like, trim and house, and they work together, and hey, geez, that place looks pretty good. I like the front door color. Take a picture. If you see some landscaping you think looks extraordinary, or you see a fence that you like, or a driveway that stands out, take a picture. You're starting your own real estate success scrapbook. This self-created motivational book you can return to time and time again. It's going to stimulate your thinking. As you're driving around, you're looking, well, there's a vacant building. Oh, wow, why is that vacant? There is some vacant land. Why isn't that developed? You're looking for 4 rent signs, 4 lease, for sale. Why? What am I looking? What am I learning? You're looking for new construction, new developments. You're looking for people who are fixing up their houses in a certain neighborhood. What do you learn? What is it saying to you? You see, if you want to be a multimillionaire in local real estate, and you're going to find that there are millionaires and multimillionaires as you do your research, you're going to find that this isn't a 1 day or a 1 week or even a 1 month process. This is something that you're going to be doing all the time. What's making you wealthy? It's, well, your real estate in your small specific investment area. It is reading and looking and talking and thinking about real estate in your small specific investment area every day. Now, of course you've heard, what are the 3 most important things in real estate? Well, what are they? Yeah, location, location, location. Now, when you have your final 6 properties, I will agree. Yes, you want the best properties in the best locations and have it certainly a worthy goal. But to get there, to the best properties in the best locations, you may have to buy and sell and flip some properties that well, let's be frank, aren't the best. At this point in your learning, you're really thinking about yourself as a value-oriented investor. So consider this. Let's say you buy a beautiful $1 million house. Now this $1 million house is worth $1 million, and you spend $1 million to buy it. Great looking house, but you haven't made any money. However, if you buy a falling down shack in the ghetto that's worth $45,000, but you buy it for $25,000, what have you just done? Yeah, you've made $20,000. For now, just stop and think about that. You are taking your 20 minutes of quiet time each day to reflect. So reflect on how buying and selling can be a means to acquire the capital, the down payments, to buy your best properties and then to pay off the mortgages on your best properties, your 6 properties. Then there'll be a word that will describe you. How do I say this? Rich. It's all about research. Knowledge is power. Get in your car, start observing, and start thinking like a real estate investor. So get your keys and let's do it.